All anybody ever wants to ask about is fucking OpenGL. And guys, OpenGL is a dead API. There is no reason to learn it now. Right? Unless you absolutely have to. I don't know why so many people want to talk about it. It's not a good API. It is not a good way. Like, if you want to learn skills that are valuable into the future, don't learn OpenGL. All right? That said, if you're an indie programmer and you just want to put stuff on the screen, it's like, yeah, there's not exactly good options for you because everybody's being irresponsible jackasses in the graphics space, right? So the right thing to have is an API that is OS and platform agnostic that lets you draw things without caring too much about what the graphics API is or anything like that. And that's what Simp is here. But of course, you can't use Simp if you're not in this programming language because Simp is in this programming language, right? So what I'm doing here is trying to do my best to provide that API where you don't care what's on the back end. And right now it is OpenGL on the back end, but that's just because that's the code I had laying around, right? We certainly would prefer and will in the future make backends for it that are other rendering APIs, right? So, yeah. I don't know. That's about all I have to say about that. Like, what you should use is just some very lightweight, simple, not huge API that lets you draw things, that is defined at user level, right? One of the biggest, like, fucking horrible things about OpenGL is you can't debug it because you try to step down into things and they're in some driver somewhere and you don't have permission to look at the code, right? It's just god awful. You don't want that. You don't want to draw graphics that way. You want to just have code you can use normally. It's regular code, and you can step into it and look at it. How am I digging new dereference syntax? I haven't dereferenced very much. In fact, in this, we copy-pasted some code and then removed dereferences. So. Yeah, don't learn OpenGL, guys. Don't. Use RayLib, probably. Don't use SDL. Like, SDL is huge. Yeah, I don't know. SDL didn't feel very modern to me last time I looked at it, although I haven't looked at it in a while. Maybe it's better. People say nice things about RayLib. You could use that. I don't know. But kind of what I'm saying is, the programming community as a whole is being stupid jackasses when it comes to this issue of how do you draw stuff to the screen, because it's so fundamental, right? What does your program want to do? It either wants to draw stuff to the screen or output things to a console, which is another way of drawing stuff to the screen, all right? We have made it so difficult and so complicated and so error prone to do the basic thing that everybody wants to do. It's insane. Okay, and this is why I'm kind of angry about it. Because it's a waste of everybody's time to even, like, why is everybody coming on here asking about OpenGL? Like, why do they need to care? Why doesn't everybody just know how to draw a rectangle? Like, what the fuck? What is our problem? It's 2023. Why can't you call one function that just says draw a rectangle? It's so stupid. It is so stupid.